Papa was a rolling stone. Damn, I hate that song. Ben Brako on the ASEM. Wait there, father and son. Papa was a rolling stone. Damn, I hate that song.
There was a family with much.
Hi, good evening. Welcome to the Gist here on the JoyNews channel. My name is Mzgee, and it's another opportunity for us to hang out with one of your favorite celebrity or showbiz personality. And today we are doing this with none other than the man who has been relevant since the 80s. He's churned out very beautiful songs from back then. One of the favorite of many people is Maybe. I know that you love that song. Even we, those who were born after the 80s, of course, I still do love the song and can relate. Now, he's been trying it because recently he's been topping charts, not here in Ghana, but out there in the United Kingdom. How did he make it happen? You know, a few months ago also he got trending for some photographs. He's been responding to that as well. But let's find out how he feels and if that's the reason why after 6 years of producing is this shame and scandal, he decided finally to release it because it talks about minding your business. I don't know, but I'm hanging out with Ben Brako. A lot of us call him Uncle Ben, and we are sipping on some wine, so it's a good time to say cheers.
Cheers.
To a good conversation.
Yes.
And to
great company.
Yeah. And to the fact that he's going to answer everything he's being asked truthfully. Yeah. Uncle Ben is always...
Bring a Bible out.
But it's great to see you.
Yes, and you too. And you know, you've grown so much since I last saw you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to say that?
A compliment.
Okay.
I mean in stature.
I become taller?
No, I mean in stature, in your persona.
Oh, really?
Okay. But I thought you lost a bit of weight.
I think that's what I wanted to hear. That's what I've been trying to
no. Oh, okay.
Because I was afraid you were going to say, oh, you've gained some weight. I was like,
no.
Work in vain.
No. You've done well.
But you look so well. You're refusing to grow. You're an RTG.
Well, like my wife says, and sat at home.
So she's doing the work.
Well, that's what she thinks anyway.
Oh, but that's what it is.
But you know, she's the boss, so whatever she thinks is correct.
Yeah. So what has she been doing to you?
She's just taking care of mind, body, and soul.
Okay. Maybe you want to teach some people how do they take care of the mind, body, and soul. Is it that? Is it the food you get to eat? Is it something special?
The food is exquisite. She's one of the world's great cooks, really, honestly.
Oh, I see.
You know, yeah.
That's beautiful to know.
It's wonderful, always.
We should come for a meal soon, you know,
yes.
when she's back in town.
When we're back, we'll invite you. Because we do have parties here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And we invite close friends. Not big, just. And it's always on point.
Always on point.
Yeah.
And that's one way she takes care of you.
Yeah, and then she takes care of me. She makes sure that I'm focused on the things I'm doing. So it's my business, everything is well focused. She takes care of me spiritually in the sense that she allows me the freedom to worship God the way I want, not in a false way, not in an artificial way. And then she takes care of me sexually. I mean, she is the best partner in the world. I've been around the block a few times, I can tell you that. Yes.
Okay, now he's sipping wine to that, so...
Cheers to that.
Yeah, a lot more wine needs to go down so that we get the conversation going properly. Now that it's taking this tone, you know, sometimes you want to find out more. And so, why are you still holding your glass like you're
No, because she gets excited when we talk about sex.
Oh, is that true?
That's why your program is so popular.
Oh,
the
is that true? The G-Spot on Joy
How can
Prime.
you call your program G-Spot?
Oh, because I'm Mzgee, so it's you know, it's a time.
But you know there's the G-Spot.
I don't know any other apart from my name being Mzgee, and that's my spot. So sip your wine and let's get to ask some more questions. But maybe at this point I also need to sip because there are more questions to follow.
Good.
No, so Uncle Ben, how old are you?
I'm 67, the last time I counted.
67, and you're still active.
Oh yes. Yeah.
You know, when I say active, you understand what I mean. Because
you
talked about how, you know, your wife satisfies you sexually. At 67, people are retiring.
Are you sure?
Is that not what's supposed to be
Is
the
it
case?
is this based on statistics or just
I'm
conjecture?
asking, is that not what's supposed to be the case? Once you retire...
It's not supposed to be any case. It's a very individual thing.
Okay.
You know, if you feel that you are past it at 40, you are past it. You know, whatever you think, that's what you are.
I see.
Yeah.
When you're not getting past that anytime soon.
I don't feel like that.
You don't feel like that?
To be honest with you, I don't feel like that at all. People keep reminding me that I'm an old man. So, what are they talking about? I see they're talking about me. I say, oh, they're looking at my age. Okay, that's fine. Of course, I have a few, you know, I do feel my age sometimes because physically it's tough. But, you know, I keep my body in shape. My wife keeps me in shape. We go walking. We have a gym at home.
Okay.
We work out, you know. And it's good. It's good for the minds and spirit too. You know.
I see. Good. You seem to be having a very great time.
Fantastic.
And like you said, you've been around a few blocks. So if you permit me to ask, this is the wife number. How many times have you tried? For those who have given up on themselves, how many times have you tried to finally get this happy?
Well, to be honest with you, when it comes to actual marriage, this is my third marriage. But I have had, this is the fourth serious relationship.
Beyond marriage or including the third?
Marriage.
Okay, so this is your third marriage?
One of them we didn't actually get married, but
Okay.
you know,
But it
for
was-
all intents and purposes, it was a marriage. We lived together for over 18 years. You know, we had kids. Yeah.
Wow. How many of them?
Well, two at a time, but I have 5 kids.
You have 5 kids in all. You intend to have more since you're active?
No, my wife is past it. She
But
can't-
God does miracles. If you pray for it,
I've prayed for a miracle, but God is telling me that, Ben, you have enough. 5 is enough. Just try and, you know, now is your opportunity to do things that you want to do. You have had children. They've all graduated. They're all, you know, working. So why do you want a baby?
a pension baby maybe.
A pension baby, but I have things to do.
Yeah.
You know, I would like to take my baby to play football and all that, and, you know, to drag me down a bit. She said, Daddy, hurry up.
But it's good to see you, and congratulations to some of the feats that you've attained in this short while that you've been away. Amazingly, it coincided with you being away when you were in the UK. You had your song, Shame and Scandal, topping charts there. It became number 5 at this point, then went to number 1. And it was beautiful to note.
Yes, yes. That was a very lovely and fortunate thing, you know. And it surprised me even because, you know, it's a Highlife tune. Even though it's originally a Trinidadian tune, but I've made it Highlife. And there have been so many covers by big names. But they swear that mine is the best.
Wow. Let's clap for you there.
But the production is fantastic. Kewa did the production.
Our own Kewa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This 6 years ago?
6 years ago.
Wow.
You know, I have so many songs, but, you know, I wait for the right time, you know. I wait for the time when I feel that it's time to release it, you know, because everything has a season.
I see.
Yeah.
But 6 years ago, you waited till this time,
Yeah.
and a lot of people felt that it was coincidental with the pictures that had gone viral and the backlash that you got. And so maybe it was just a song to say, keep quiet.
Oh, no, I did it 6 years ago, so really, I didn't think 6 years ago that I was going to do those pictures, you know, and I didn't even decided to release it at the time we did the pictures, you
Okay.
know. But I decided then to come out again in full force, okay? But it was just a statement, you know, of my mentality about who I am. You see what I mean? The unexamined life, to me, is not worth living. It's like people tell you jump and you jump, sit and you sit. They say wear this and you wear that because that's what the media is telling you. But you have to know who you are, where you come from, and understand the heritage that you have inherited that you're supposed to project. And without all that, you're just a waste of space. to my mind anyway.
So how long did it take you to know all of these?
Oh, I've known it for a long time, but I keep, like good wine, improving.
What restrained you? Because it's not the first time you and I are speaking, and it's not the first time I get the sense that you feel like there's something that society projects as what's supposed to be the norm, as to what you believe is supposed to be the norm. And I tend to think that maybe it's as a result of certain things that you might have been through.
No, I always had that inclination, but you see, having an idea, having a conviction, and living it is different. You understand? You can believe, a lot of people believe that they are being African just because they eat fufu. You understand? Or because once in a while they will go and watch like traditional dancing, and they say, oh, that's culture. But that's not culture. Culture is a living thing. Culture includes everything that you do, that you choose. You understand? I was telling somebody today that, like, if you believe that you have to have a white wedding, for instance, everything that you need to do that wedding is from without. You are supporting another economy. Yeah? If you choose to do a traditional marriage, everything you need is right here. So you're supporting the economy. So I'm saying that choice is not just free.
But if you decide to do a white wedding with resources that are outsourced here, then how different is or that's not a white wedding then?
It cannot be a white wedding. You need white lace. At least you need a trail of laces, But I mean, the man can dress in like a kente suit and think that it's African. And there is an Africanness about it. But, don't forget that there's champagne to go with it. There's rings, there's Bible, there's all kinds of things supporting the whole thing. There's the wines, there's the, shibas and everything, right? So it's not just if you decide to wear a kente tie that makes it suddenly becomes African. No, it is a holistic thing. That's what I'm saying. That and it's not a one-day thing. It's something that you evolve into. As you think, as you experience, as you learn, it gets better and better. But you're trying to show the best of your culture.
Let's go back to Shimon Scandal. What do you think that he did extraordinarily well with that one that got people thinking that it was the best of the covers they've seen so far?
Oh, I think it's the passion with which I attacked it, It wasn't just about the lyrics. It was the rhythm that I used. It was the passion with which I delivered it. And I think that's one of my strengths anyway.
6 years ago, why did you choose to do that cover?
Oh, I just went to the studio and did 4 tracks. I did one with Chami Kwame called Batampa. That's a song I've done already, but I wanted to redo it.
And that's out?
No.
You haven't released that one?
I haven't released any of that series.
Wow.
Apart from Shimon Scandal. Then I did one called Let's Do It. It's a lovely, lovely song. All about, come on, baby, let's do it.
Hey, really? What are you doing with this baby?
The baby is my wife. What are you talking about?
Ah, okay.
And then we have one called VRC, So there's 4 tracks. But I have other tracks that I haven't pushed.
But all this while, people have said that after some of the big songs that you had in the 80s, we've not seen you do great tunes. So why did you have all these and then decide to,
No.
just keep to those ones that we knew from back in the day?
I think people are right that I haven't done great tunes because I've done great tunes. I think all my tunes are great, but it's a question of production, not just production, but also promotion. And, I was shocked after I released Baya, when I came to release an album called Everybody.
Okay.
People were buying it a lot, but, the system had changed. And people were demanding money from me all left, right, center,
to promote the song.
Yeah, to play it and to, so I got a bit upset that what is this? I mean, this is not supposed to be how it is, And there were people have formed all kinds of cabals and, were controlling the music. And I wasn't happy. So I stopped pushing. I just left everything and went back.
Is that to say that, because we hear a lot of shame and scandal, is that to say that you have kowtowed to pain this time around? That's
No.
how come?
Shame and scandal. I'm telling you, even today, I went to a radio station this morning, Genesis at the University of Ghana. They hadn't heard it. I said, what? This is a global number one. What, you haven't heard it? And I said, you're in the wrong job. You should be researching, your top artists, You should know what's happening. Anyway, but I mean, that's to say, some songs carry their own steam, And of course, you try to do your social media promotion and all that, Yeah. Because some people are convincing me that we should spend a lot of money and pay people. But I still feel uneasy about it. It's not that I'm mean or, but I think that, like the traditional way, if you do something great for somebody, then they come and thank you. But if they thank me before I do something, I don't even know what you're going to do.
Could it have been, let's just remain there for a bit, but could it have also been that this culture started or gained prominence because a lot of the people feel that, or have felt that people that they have helped in time past with promotion of your songs have, gone to become very successful as artists, and these jockeys, the people who ensure that these songs are played, have remained paupers, if that's the right way to put it?
No, in the first place, that thinking is wrong. I think that their real reward is that the people they have helped promote have become successful. Yeah?
But they have remained down there.
Yeah, because that's their job. And how they manage and handle their job is their own business. Now, not all of them became paupers. And not all of them who were successful was because they were taking money, but they knew their job. They had a passion for it. You understand? So it's not just about, all over the world, the media pushes music. It doesn't mean that they're all on the take directly. They all take something, yeah. And it's part of the business. But it's on a subtle level that, they don't have to demand from you directly. Otherwise, even they take your money and they don't play your song.
They don't play. You think that that's the reason a lot of the older folk, yourself, Rex Umar, okay, no, Rex Umar is not your generation. Is it your generation?
I think he would like to be, but he's not there.
So for yourself, Charles, Amwa, all those, your kind, and even after you, you think is the reason why we don't, even though you guys are producing music, because I see Rex, there's a lot of production, but the production doesn't go beyond what he says he's done. You think that's the reason why?
I think it's partly the reason why, because the tracks they are producing are not bad, but I hear from my sources that even JoyNews is suffering from this phenomenon now, because he did a track with one of the big rappers or something. I don't know.
Which one? The one with Stone Boy?
Yeah, maybe it was Stone Boy. Yeah, it could be Stone Boy. And they say it didn't do that great. Not like even a normal JoyNews. But because, they didn't push it that well, financially. And it's sad because Rex also did some tunes. Besat did a tune. Not all of them are great, mind you, but still, I think that there should be a consistent. You see, I think that the media here should know that they're Ghanaians. And they should know that culturally, that Highlife is our mother music. And therefore, they should give priority to Highlife. You understand? And they should honor the older musicians because they have stood the test of time and they deserve a little bit of pampering. You understand? Every country does that. I cannot walk into UK and then get into the media just like that. You understand? But these people can come here with a little money, they can knock me off the perch and be on top.
Which people are you referring to?
I mean, even Nigerians come here and do that. I hear that now there's an effort to curtail that, but having said that, I'm saying that the media doesn't even discriminate. Even the Musicians Union doesn't discriminate between Highlife and reggae, or what do they call dancehall. But dancehall is not Highlife. Even though the two can have a happy meeting somewhere And it's great. You know, I mean, all kinds of music is great. But you have to know who your mother is. Just why a sankwas.
You think that's where we've got into? We haven't acknowledged that this is all we have. Because I've had a lot of debate about how, you know, the Nigerians have come here, taking our Highlife, go to, you know, make some adjustment to it, name it Afrobeats, and we are buying into the idea, and we seem to be letting go our own.
Well, you see, the thing is, we're mourning too much. Just go and do it. You know, do it. And, you know, you need support, you know, infrastructural support, which you don't have. You see, the Nigerians have invested money into it. Now, if you're doing your music, right, and you go and take some of the top producers in the world, that everybody hears their name, they want to listen, people will listen. You understand? If you use the right technology to do your videos and use the right name, at least for the first time, people will watch it. As soon as they mention that this is the, hey, you know, they know that it's quality. They, you know, they swear by it. You understand? You have to invest in it. You see, Nigeria used to be known as the 419 country. Now it's known for music. Whether they borrowed a bit from us or not, it's not the issue. Everybody borrows a bit from everybody. You understand? It's just the mourning is too much. Let's get the action on the road.
What's preventing us from doing that?
I think Ghanaians have tended, especially the educated Ghanaians, have tended to be a bit small-minded. You know, small-minded. They are afraid of money. You know, they think that money going into a project, and they think all this money is going there. Let me keep some, you know, or this is too much debt. That kind of thing. The mentality. I mean, if I look at like Tetekwashi interchange, you know, with a little bit more money, it could have been a fantastic interchange. But I said, no, it's too much money. And we've been suffering in queues for years and years and years and years because of that.
But even that, people think that the money that was allocated was not used well, spent well, and all that.
Thank you. That's why I tell you that they even take out of that pot as well. You know, and this brings me on to a subject that I think that in a country where politicians are richer than businessmen and entrepreneurs, we're in big trouble.
How sure are you that the politicians are richer than the businessmen and their entrepreneurs? How sure are you that they are?
Very, very sure.
Where did you get those?
Very, very sure.
How did you come by that? Is it some facts that you have that we are not privy to, or it's just by
Oh my dear, you know, if you don't want to see, you will not see. But it is obvious that when people come into power, they get rich. If you haven't noticed that, then you are in your own world of beauty and, you know, but it is a fact that anybody becomes president, they become very rich.
Really?
Yes, very rich.
How does that work? You should start becoming president then.
Me? I don't want to be president of this kind of constitution now.
Why?
Because it is a thief's paradise. This is something that, look, if they give you positions as reward, why are they giving you a reward? Because they want you to get something back from your investment, right?
Is that to say that the people who get to be given these positions do not qualify to be there?
Some of them do not qualify at all.
How do you know
or
that?
at least, let me put it this way, that there are better qualified people. Than some people have no idea of the positions they are occupying. Okay, but they're running it because it's a reward. In a country where every time there's a new government, they have to change all the MDs and everything, you know. Look, it's come to a point where they will even change the pilots. It's crazy. I mean, this is so stupid. We're running a very stupid system, and you know, nobody cares. So, okay, that's the way we met it, let it go. But in a country where our national anthem is in English, first of all, we're in trouble. Because how many people can sing the national anthem and know the words? Do they mean what they're saying? Do they understand what they're saying? They don't.
But we have people who have have they translated it, or we have versions in some of our local?
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me the
We have
local language.
Yenera Assassin.
Yenera Assassin should be the national anthem, because everybody sings it, they feel it.
But don't you think that then the people in the north will now say, we also do not understand Chi? The others will come and say,
they will be lying through their teeth.
This is not
Let me tell you something that maybe you are not aware of.
Tell me.
93% of all the business in Ghana is done in Chi. Okay?
93%?
Yeah, forget about the big offices here. You know, where paddies are talking to paddies. Eh? You go to the marketplaces, you go to those who produce, how they exchange. They speak Twi. Twi is the lingua franca de facto. You understand? You understand what I mean? In reality, it's like the government saying that chiefs are not supposed to be part of the rulership. But if you go to any village, there's no police station, there's no government office. It's the chieftaincy that runs it. So we live in a fool's paradise. We say that this is how it is. Ghana is like urban areas, but they are rural areas. That's why all this urban migration is happening, because the rural areas are being ignored. We don't. You see, when we get educated, it alienates us from our culture and our communities. And that's a big problem.
But that's a serious issue to say. It's as though you're saying that education has not benefited us in any way.
It has not benefited us in the way it should have. We go into education. Look, our people used to come as a family and vote money for the bright kids and take them to school outside, universities. It happened in the olden days a lot. Now, when these people go and get the education, before they come back, they are different people. Now they don't want to deal with people who don't use deodorant.
But nobody wants to be seated by somebody who, has a bit of an odor.
No, I'm not talking about body odor. Because even when you use deodorant and you have body odor, sometimes it makes it worse.
Okay.
Yeah? It's just the so-called modern way of doing it. But there are traditional ways of doing it. Those who have a big problem, that is solved. Yeah. It's just being aware of who you are.
Now, let's back to what your point. Why would these people come back and don't want to mingle with people that they come from the same
Even when you go to
place
secondary school here, and they say from a village, like in Nkrumah's time, you had universal education. You go to secondary school, it's a totally different culture. You understand? First of all, you have to become a Christian, because most of the schools are run by churches. And then they teach you things that make you feel that suddenly you are like them. They are the example. Okay? So they use this thing to create exemplifiers of people. They pay them well, they give them their own position, they are part of their position, and everybody says that, oh my God, I got to take my child to school. But all they are doing is that they are training us to run a system for them.
Around which system?
The government administration, the colonial system, which is still what we're running today. Because they handed over to the administration, not to the chief that they took the power from.
So is that to say that because of this we have not discovered or found ourselves, or we don't know which people or who we are and what we represent?
The leadership, let's say, has lost touch with the ordinary people. They don't understand, they don't include, even the constitution excludes. And this is not just my criticism, this is one of the people who wrote the constitution, has said that the only problem is that it excludes about 50% of the people.
Now, who is this person you're referring to?
God, I wish I could remember the name. It's one of these Professor Emeritus, whatever you call it, but it's a big academic name.
I see.
Yeah, it was part and parcel of the Constitution and part and parcel of the review of the Constitution. I wrote an article on it, but it's been a long time.
But why people want to find out you have a voice? You're somebody who is revered and whose voice, is noticed, is respected, and people will want to hear from you. Why haven't you either, like you said, you wrote an article on this, haven't channeled these through music, through crusading it?
Sweetheart, you haven't listened to my music.
Which of them?
Have you listened to it today?
Started. I'm not sure I know that, but if you maybe
Small
started.
browa, ababa brewa poso.
Uh-huh.
Oho neighbor who kwasi aye. Bopper, when you shema,
I know that song.
You know what we're talking about? Also, I wouldn't get bibini in your bruni. But then which shama when you know that one there, I was someone crawford. So a lot of Ghanaians are talking about, oh, Ghanaians have a problem. They are like this, they are like that. As if they are not Ghanaians. But they are different Ghanaians. Because maybe they are working in an external institution and they are doing well. You know. But it's the same Ghanaians.
But how about, refixing the song to present day Ghanaian? Because somebody said, oh, Ben Brako, that song was done years ago and he was speaking to the situation years ago. How about, a refix that speaks today or something that, speaks today, speaks in a way everybody would appreciate and all that?
Look, I don't think people really listen to songs. Songs hit them emotively and they respond to that. But lyrics, sometimes when it's a funny joke or when it's very peculiar, they hear it. Look, a lot of my songs are misunderstood. But, it's not for me. Because everybody understands everything the way they want. The way their mind is tuned. Okay? Like the song Nsase, Obabesia, when you
Yeah, also another favorite of mine.
Yeah, but a lot of people misunderstand
What
it.
were you preaching in that?
Do you know the lyrics?
Da
da di da da.
Da da di da.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know. Ofabesiane, something.
Also, da da di da da. It means
every other day?
No, da da di da da is like sex. It's like
really?
We all have sex
all
the time, and yet we try to act as if we don't.
Anything that is close. Oh, da di da da. Oh, I see.
For being, not for being. If you listen to that alone, you know what we're talking about. Because it's a besia kaya. Yes, it was say.
Okay.
No, see, you pay biara when you nyam. It's a besia return no one. But most not Saturday, we are seeing a wire. And so you saw yesterday, who couldn't wear him. Or Babesia, when you young wear him. Momchoda Kade, when you say wear him, when you put the saying, and I won't say wear him.
Wow. I don't think that, I tend to believe now that I don't think that, because I've been singing this song, I'm sure I've sung it 1,001 times without even getting the lyrics that you were trying to put across. But this is a song that a lot of ladies who get asked the question, should be able to parade or to project. But because maybe we sing it at parties.
The thing is in praise of married women. And there's nothing wrong with married women, and I love to praise them. But, each one to his own. You understand? It's not. There are many more women than men, so not all women can get married. So what?
You believe in that?
It is not. It is a physical fact.
Do you think that every woman believes that as well?
I don't think so. I don't think every woman, but I think the majority of women have been programmed to expect marriage. And when they don't get it, it seems like a failure. That's why these churches are, beating them left, right, center, taking their money.
You think they do that to only the women?
No, but that's one thing that they pray on. I tell you what, I went to a village in the Volta region. And I went to see, what do you call it? These guys who worship idol god, what we call fetish. Idol god, fetish. I went to see a fetish because he does that as part of, a certain scheme to people for them to know. And I talked to this guy, and I found out that we have a totally wrong idea about them. The amount of social work they do, how they counsel people who are childless, who are having, people who are being manipulated and beaten by their husbands. There are all kinds of social problems. Who takes care of them? Within the village setting, it's those people who do it.
Really?
Yes.
I thought most often they're just killing people.
Killing?
At least that's what the movies
project. But
that's what we get to see.
That's totally wrong.
But they do that as well. They do the killing as well.
No, they don't do killing. Of course, there's always nefarious people within each profession, as I'm sure you can testify.
That's true.
Okay, so we cannot say that, therefore, everything about our culture is fantastic. No, nobody's claiming that. But it is thousands and thousands of years of honing our way of living, and should not just be discarded in favor of, aping other cultures. You understand?
I see, but I tend also to believe that, maybe it's the way we ourselves have projected ourselves. That's how come when you talk about the leaders being the issues, failing us and all that, it is because the same electorates will go and vote for these leaders. They never get to complain when they are the polling stations and then they are
no. It's not like that. Let me tell you, in Ghana, we have something called Aban. You know what Aban is?
The government.
Good. What does Aban mean?
We are all part of government.
No.
We are
Aban
not?
doesn't mean that. We are not part of it.
Oh.
Aban means wall.
Oh, really?
Yes. Aban is from the word wall, Aban.
So why do we call government Aban?
Because it is something that the white people instituted, and they only created these in areas where they could exploit things. And they came to tax. So when you go to any village now and they don't know you, one of the first suspicions is that you are from the government coming to try and take taxes. So you have to convince them that you're not from the government. Okay? Government is Aban. It's not us. Ours were from Oman. You know Oman?
Yeah.
And Oman already gives you a warm feeling. You feel a part of it.
Nation.
Aban is a stranger. It's a thief. Somebody coming to take from you. So this is the same attitude towards government we have. What's Aban? Wochunazi. This is one of the...
What does that mean?
That means you drag it, you abuse it, you use it and misuse it. You don't carry it on your shoulder because it has come to exploit you anyway. So why do you embrace?
Is it that we do not know all these, and come 2020 you say a lot of people at the polls?
The people at the polls, yeah, they see, people think that this is what is. And in the meantime, they're allowing it. And the politicians come and dish out money. That's the only thing they know they will get, so they take it. So this guy, at least when he gets some, he'll give me some. But forgetting that it's their own money that's being stolen and redistributed. So it's a funny thing. But you know something? If push comes to shove, you see the culture rise. I'm telling you.
Anytime soon?
I don't know. I cannot determine the time. But I know that when they are pushed, they react.
I am impressed by this song you just sang to me because, like I said to you initially, I've been singing it for quite a bit, and I didn't think that it had carried that, that much message. Are you impressed by what you hear these days, by the younger ones, what we tend to jam to and would rather promote instead of promoting your songs? Are you excited?
Sorry, I didn't get that. The younger people...
So are you excited by the lyrics that we will tend to promote rather than promote your songs? Are you excited by...
I'm not excited, but it's a sign of the times, It's a sign of the times. And I think that young people have been inured to a lot of the issues. And when they want to jam, they just want to be happy. You understand? They don't want to think about the issues. So they want something jamming,
Isn't that going to be damaging to the future of the young people? Because we are not taking any message that would, affect and help our future.
Well, I think that eventually, they'll get out of being too young.
And then we'll begin
and start thinking.
What?
And they will, and then because there are also people who are pushing the messages anyway.
Are those messages being heard?
It's rising. The waves are rising. So, I don't know. But I think that I've seen more and more people agree with my point of view. And, to answer the previous question you asked, these songs, I wrote them when I was in Legon.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've had the same mindset. But trying to live it and experience it and be it is another matter. And I think with time, I'm getting there.
I see. So you wrote the Mzgee and all those ones.
All the Bayer songs I wrote in Legon.
You seem to have had a lot of hits on the Bayer album.
All my songs are hits.
No, but of course, I'm sure people will say that is debatable because some of the songs that have lived through my generation, I was born in '85, and
see,
so some of the songs that I can even dance to today.
I know, but you cannot assess something that you don't know. Okay, there are great things in this life that you don't know about, so to you they don't exist.
But this was in '87, I hear. '87, and I'm sure that if there were, in quotes, other bigger tunes, greater tunes, they would have overshadowed these or would have been a par with them. But what we keep hearing is what you just sang to me now, and then the Mzgee, is that another one that I remember? I think I know 3 of them.
There's Moko Chrome.
Meko Beka Omagana, Beka Wekurasi. I think that's it, eh?
Yeah.
So these 3 are very common songs that even me that was born.
There's Anukum.
Okay, how does that one sound? Let me see. But I will know that that's the song.
That's it. Yo wasasi, yo nipa, yo bibiara, yo sika.
So that's also part of the
Bayer, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, that it looks like most of the great tunes.
No,
and the things
those are the tunes that you know, my dear, because the media has pushed them. Now I'm playing. Currently I'm playing a lot of some of my new songs, my later songs. Let me say.
What you think, like?
And you know, people are just going crazy about them. If they've been exposed to them, I'm sure they would have loved them. Okay, come this evening. You will hear some. Have you heard of Dance With Me?
Which one is that?
You don't know it.
No, I'm not sure I know it. I'm not sure I know any apart from Shame and Scandal.
Have you heard of Nkwansan?
Maybe when you sing it, some of the songs I know them.
No, you don't know them.
Okay, so maybe then if I don't know them, it was not a song that you know.
Then they're not hits, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's
okay.
what.
But you're not talking about hits. You're talking about my songs.
No, I'm talking about. That's why I was asking that. How come on that Bayer album you had a lot of great songs that even till date people are able to sing? I remember that when you came to perform at Sally's wedding, you came birthday, you know, we're dancing to these tunes. Even though it was '87, I was barely 2 years, and I'm 30 and over, I can still groove to those songs. It means that there was something special about these songs.
Because my songs are evergreen, they're deep. It's not something that I just do by formula or, you know, these are my heart. These are reflecting who I am, you know, what I believe in.
Yes, you don't think that the society has appreciated that enough?
I don't think so, but I mean, that is not the point. The point is that you can only do a product and put it out there. If by the grace of God it is exposed that people will hear, how they react to it, it's none of your business. You understand? Because the same song, people can interpret it so differently. You know, you ask the author of the song and maybe they even have a totally different idea. So, you know, it's like the stubborn blind man went to see the elephant.
Okay, you talked about, briefly, before I even ask you one very controversial question, briefly, you talked about how people have misunderstood your songs. Did it ever affect what you decided to put out because you were afraid that, you know,
No. I refuse to be changed by these kind of things. I remain me, and I think it's a very, very important characteristic, because if you react to people by their standards, you always go down. You have to maintain your own standard. If somebody comes to just slap you, you know, out of the blue, and you know, don't care about fighting in public, you can take off your blouse and fight them. They still remain the same, but you have brought yourself down. You understand? So you have to maintain your standards. You have to maintain the principles behind which you keep certain standards.
Was there a particular reason you put Asem on the Shame and Scandal?
Because he's very good. He's one of the rappers who actually have rhyme with reason. A lot of them just want to rhyme. They're not saying anything in particular. If you listen to Shame and Scandal, you heard what he said. Do you remember it? Nah. It's another example of enjoying it without really getting into it.
I can remember everything you said because your story was intriguing, but I'm not sure, maybe because I'm not a rap person, but I remember everything you said, talking about...
I thought you listened to rappers more.
Oh, is that the case?
Yeah, people can recite raps with them, all the time. Let what's his name? The biggest rapper in Ghana, what's his name? Sarkodie or somebody. Go on stage. You see, everybody's reciting with them.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's a general thing. There are people who also cannot... I cannot tongue twist as fast as they do, so I stay within my limits.
It's okay. You can tongue twist better than them, actually, when you mean to express something on television anyway.
So you think that Asem, because Asem was, a lot of people thought that when the song was initially released, people thought that it was new, because we were hoping to see Asem because he's been off for a very long time, so we realized that it's been 6 years.
It's been a long time, yeah.
And that was quite, sad for us. Have you been in touch with him? Have you heard from him?
I've tried to contact him, but I haven't had any response. And I've really tried because I wanted him on the video. But I understand he's in the US, in New York somewhere. But I think for one reason or the other, he decided to lay low.
Okay.
So I have to respect that.
Yes, we respect that. Now, looking at you at 67, I'm tempted to go way back when you were young. I'm sure you had your time then, and when I say you had your time, I'm talking in terms of what fame used to be like back then. You want to throw our minds back to what fame was like back then. Did you have the ladies all over you? Did you have, a life which was lavish? You had so much money, you didn't know what to do with it, and it was from one pub to the other.
No, I've never lived a lavish lifestyle. I've never been about money. I get everything I want. If I really want something, it just comes to me. I don't have to struggle for it.
Because you're a fine boy. Even at 67, you still look that good. I'm sure a lot of young girls are like, oh, this man is looking really good. Stay away though, he's married. I needed to let them know that.
Yes. I'm very, very, very much married. Yeah. So, well, I've had good times. I don't remember any time in my life that I wasn't happy. No matter where I was, I always try to make the best of it. I try to enjoy my life. Life is to be enjoyed, and you're supposed to be happy. Anybody who tells you that you have to suffer in life hates you, doesn't like you.
But they say you suffer to gain. You don't believe in that policy?
Even the birds, even the sheep, they eat the grass and they're happy. They don't have to farm. They don't have to struggle. You understand? If man were to be true to himself, there wouldn't be any hardship. No, they don't need to.
So why is there hardship? Because we're not true to ourselves. What does that mean?
There's hardship because some people have taken the reins and are exploiting other people. Yeah.
So in your time, you didn't have ladies, these days, what we get to see with the youngsters, a lot of them are talking about, I've seen some of these things happen on television, where, you get to be performing, the song is nice, and the lady just throws her undies on stage. And tell me, recount your day as a young man doing music. What's the worst or the weird thing that happened to you whilst you were performing?
Please.
Yes, recount. We want to see.
No, I'll just tell you at the Lagos just to be funny. But sometimes some women will say, "Ben, they open mapa."
But is that true?
Of course, I love women. My mother's a woman.
No, I'm not sure it's in that sense.
I just love women. I think women are the greatest creation of God.
But I'm not sure when they say to you, "Upe mapa," is in the sense that they know your mom is a woman. They know that you might have sisters and cousins and
other women. I mean,
but if they say you love women, it means that in quotes you're a womanizer, and
No, okay, but let's not digress here. What I tell them, and I just say this to be funny, I say that, sometimes they're throwing their panties at me. And I try to, but
When
once
you're performing?
or where I'm working, wherever.
Are you serious?
And
is that
I
true?
said it's just a funny story.
Okay.
And, I try to dodge them, but sometimes they hit the targets,
And then they get you.
Of course, if they hit you with their pants, what does it mean? So once in a while, I've lived my life. Hey, I've not been a monk. I've enjoyed my life. I've tried to make other people happy. What is wrong with that?
But I was trying to find out what happens in the line of duty when you're performing, because these youngsters begin to complain about a lot of. You didn't have social media back in your day, so you didn't have people entering your DM to send you messages. I love you. You look so handsome. I love your song. I have a crush on you, and blah blah blah. So I'm just trying to juxtapose what used to happen back then, and what is happening now.
I don't really know what is happening now.
So what happened back then?
Well, you see, I happen to be somebody that people liked me anyway. It wasn't because I was a musician. I was a teenage pop star, okay? But even long before that, I used to have crushes over women, and women used to have crushes over me.
That's why it was mutual.
Yeah. So, it's not something strange. Actually, if everybody looked out, they'll find that a lot of people have crushes over them, and they also have crushes over people.
I see.
Maybe they are shy, or they are not confident, or that kind of thing. Even me, I wasn't that confident. But when a woman actually comes to you, then you don't need the confidence anymore.
I see you had a lot of women coming to you then. I see you had a lot of women.
Yeah, I could have had a lot of women if I'd been bold.
Coming to you.
No, if I'd been bold and approaching myself.
You would have been approaching.
Yeah.
You'd have had a lot more than those who came to you.
Yeah, but it wasn't that many. It was just normal.
I know. You like ornaments. I'm trying to round up the conversation. You like ornaments. You have piercings, about two, one here, and then this is a tattoo. What does it mean?
This is my logo.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that on your music on YouTube. Yes, I've seen.
This is just Ben Brako.
I've seen that.
And it actually represents a pair of scissors.
Oh, okay. So what's he also doing? The scissors is cutting through something?
They say that I'm a leader, so I cut through there and let others follow.
I see.
That's what somebody's interpretation.
I see. That's nice to know. But how come you have this piercing? How long have you had them? And then
Not too long. I think it's part of my liberation. That, I want to do the things I want to do without harming or injuring anybody. I want to live my life the way I want to, if I'm not disturbing anybody. Now, people want to tell me how I should keep my nose. I mean, what the hell? You keep your nose the way you want to. Let me keep my nose the way I want to. Yeah.
And finally, before I let you go, I spoke about that picture that got a lot of people talking. I know that you tried, I think that you pulled down the picture at certain points, then you came back to, tell us what you wanted to project, which a lot of people still didn't believe, because they said it took you time to let the world know what you wanted to project. I want to know at this point, because I sent you a message that you didn't reply.
I didn't reply.
You didn't reply.
I couldn't believe that you sent me such a message.
Because I wanted to know what's happening with you. I wanted to know whether it was photoshopped.
Yeah, you wanted to know whether it was Photoshop, but I was at that time I was inundated, and a lot of people were coming up at me saying I should pull them down and all that. I said, how dare they? At least ask me why I did it. Don't just come and order me that I should pull it down. Who the hell are you anyway? I'm over a 60-year-old man. And if I decide to do something, at least you should know that I have given it a thought. Okay? I examine my life. You see? The unexamined life, like I said, is not worth living. And that is a far deeper saying that, it's a surface thing.
When you say that the feedback was huge, did it get you I don't want to use the word depressed. I want to see.
Did it bother me?
Yeah, was it a bother?
It didn't bother me in the least.
So how come you pulled the picture down?
I never pulled it down.
At a certain point, we couldn't find the picture. So you had pulled it down.
No, the picture is still there.
It's still there because some people took it, but at the source of the picture, people said that they couldn't find it.
No, I never did such a thing. Especially because people asked me to pull it down. I said, damn you, I'm not going to pull anything down. I put it there for a purpose, and it's serving the purpose.
Were you shocked at the feedback you got?
I wasn't too surprised. Some people went overboard, but it's always the case. You know, some people will use it as an opportunity to insult you and tell you who your mother is and all that, you know. So, you know, look, there are crazy people around.
Did he help your brand also in any way? Sometimes some of these things, you know, because
I
people
think
are
it
talking.
helped my brand in the sense that it strengthened what I stand for. You know, people realized that I was serious about what I stood for. Yeah.
And what about people who are saying that, oh, maybe you get to say that, oh, they don't need to dictate you. They said, oh, your kids looking up to you, and you're 60 plus, and if you're doing this, how then do we condemn little ones and
But
social
why would
media?
you condemn little ones for doing something that comes naturally? I mean, what I didn't expose my penis or breasts or anything. So what is so wrong with that?
And people,
Don't you sit at home and wear a cloth that maybe you don't have anything underneath? So what's the big deal?
I think there are a lot of people, the feedback from a lot of people were that, how come you didn't do a lot of exposing and then you let your wife do the exposing?
I did a lot of exposing.
You did?
Yeah.
Like you said, you didn't show your pee. We saw
But
her
you
back.
saw my wife's V. You saw her V and her B's.
We saw her back, we saw behind, we saw a bit of the top, you know, and these are two vital, or maybe one of the
You
key.
didn't see her nipples. It was done tastefully. I
keep using
mean,
that
I
word.
cannot account for people without taste. I can tell you that there are people who almost worship those pictures. You know, they revere them. You know, they ask me for copies.
You want to commercialize it?
They ask me to commercialize it, but I am refusing us at this stage.
Will you be surprised if you have it in your homes?
No, I have given some people to hang in their homes.
And you
They
don't think
want
you can
it.
make money from that?
It's not, let's say it's not my priority now. It's not my priority now. But people are encouraging me because we have loads of pictures. If you may have noticed, only, you know, and there's so many pictures, right? And some of them still, as people like to say, half nude. But there's nothing like half nude. You're either nude or you're not nude. So if somebody's not nude, don't say it's half nude.
So in this part of our world, we don't know about that. Once you begin to expose, it says indecent
Sweetheart,
and all
in this
that.
part of the world, that is where we have people who show their bits. You know, I don't mean their sexual organs, but people show their boobs. If you go to the villages, maybe some time ago, you will see, even now you will see them. You need to go to a real village. But when I was young growing up, people used to wear the red flag, and that was it, and the beads. And they'll be walking about normally, doing their business. And it didn't. That's why we are not so perverted in this society. I'm telling you, when summer comes in the cold countries and people expose their arms kekepo, people start going crazy, and they start raping, they start doing all kinds of things. So we are blessed, but sometimes we don't know how we are blessed. We because we're following blindly, we lose a lot of the good things that we have. It's just nature. God has blessed us. We don't even have to wear clothing. Hey, what else can you ask for? When you go back to your room, don't you get
Well,
when you're by yourself?
that's in the privacy of our rooms and all
It's
that.
the privacy of your room.
Like you said,
You were born naked.
Well. So just for those people who didn't know the explanation you had given, let's give you just some seconds to let them know. They may be watching this for the first time. They had not seen those pictures. What instigated, or why?
It's something me and my wife would like to express our passion culturally. In other ways, and we just do these things. But it came to a point where I felt that in the position in which I am, I want people to see these pictures and to see that it's okay. You know, there's nothing wrong with bufratam. There's nothing wrong with showing your beats. You know, there's nothing wrong. I mean, it's not titillating. There's a difference between titillation. Look, even in Europe, they have so many art pieces, carved pieces in the public square showing the penis. There are great pictures showing the vagina and everything.
What did your kids call you? Did family call you?
Yeah, I had some calls from some family, and some of them were upset because they were being inundated by people saying, look what your father has done.
Oh.
Look what, and I try to teach my kids to be cool, but they can't always be cool. Hey, it's their life. This is my life. I'm not living my life for my kids.
So you didn't show any sign of remorse for their sake?
No. Why? It's as if I didn't think before I did it. You know? If you know what you're doing, why?
And I'm sure that got you upset.
It got me upset because my kid was upset with me.
Oh.
I think for totally wrong reasons.
Oh.
But hey, you know.
And that is gone now.
You know, I only born them. I mean, what can I do? I can't control them for the rest of their lives. I set them free. Let them be themselves. Whatever they choose, that's their business.
So this is how we wrap up the conversation with Uncle Ben, like some of us call him, Ben Brako. And I'm going to try to do one of my favorite songs with him. We did it earlier on. Now that I know the message that song has, I'm even more excited to do it. So, which I don't want to do. You know what is ringing in my mind? But I don't want to do that one. I want to do the if I forgive my tree. Besiane ko yes, what say yo? Da. So how do we start?
All of you sing. Oh, that's it.
Oh, you didn't sing for me. I did the singing myself.
Yes, you said you would do the singing.
Okay, so please do the singing for us. I thought we were going to do it together, but since you said no.
Okay, I'll sing the verse, then you do the chorus.
Okay.
Da 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 da. Play the music.
Pam pam pam.
Often benina besia.
Pam pam pam. Pam pam pam.
Besia keya. Yes, was say oh. Da da da. Yimpe biara we nyam.
Hey.
Da da da. Da da. It is a besia return no one. Da da da. Bon Mozilla Tassi, we are sitting a while. Da da da. Everybody down.
I said, ow.
Wukulu wahine.
Da 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 da.
Oh, Babisia, when you da da da.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
You see the things you make me do.
When you better say me, and I want to say when you know. Egansa na mirama. When you walk by one flat mansa. Was in the school, okay, I get this you. Fair. Teacher Baza, where you may basa. And so then you are got to Mansanabra. I was on the tennis guy, okay, shining it's an old.